and Kendra, and today we're going to be doing something we've never done before on our channel. This is something that we've been seeing on YouTube for quite some time now, and it is the curly hair routine swap. So we decided to switch curly hair routines, and Kendra and I have like way more than one curly hair routine, so we each just decided to pick one of our favorite curly hair routines to do on each other. So that's what we did today. And I was extremely skeptical because Kelsey tends to use a lot of creams. I tend to use a lot of gels. Yeah. So this is going to be a very interesting video to watch because I'm such a control freak and I was skeptical from the very beginning. And you guys are going to see how it turns out. Yeah. So yeah, if you guys want to see what we used on each other, then just keep on watching. Okay guys, so Kendra's up first. And I'm going to do one of my favorite routines on her. It's one I haven't done in a while, but it's one that was always a sure thing. So I'm going to be doing the lock method on you today. Leave-in oil cream. Kind of skeptical. Why? I don't know. I don't know. Fingers crossed that my hair turns out presentable. Really? Don't trust me. Because I'm going to have to do it again myself if it doesn't. So. Okay, so I'm just spraying each section down with water before I go in with the leave-in just to make sure it's nice and wet because she had her hair like up in the t-shirt. By the way, we always get questions on this water bottle. Kendra got it from Amazon. Of course. I need to get my own because I always use hers, but it's pretty bomb. It just missed out perfectly. I feel like they look like Febreze bottle. Yeah, it's like Febreze. Made it like a water bottle because it comes out like Febreze. Yeah. Like the mist is more fine. It's not as heavy. So the leave-in that I'm going to be using is one of my faves. This is from Shea Moisture. This is the Raw Shea Butter Extra Moisture Detangler. This is a OG product, but it's bomb because it makes the hair so easy to maneuver through. So with this, I'm not going to section. I'm just going to apply it to one whole section and just maneuver it through. And I don't do any like particular amount of this. I just apply however much I feel I need in that particular section. So this stuff is just super moisturizing and it glides through the hair so nicely, and it makes the hair super shiny too. So I just clip up that section when I'm done applying the leave-in so that it stays nice and moisturized and wet. And then for oil, I'm just going to be using one of my favorite oils for my curls. This is the Dove Regenerative Nourishment Serum and Oil. And I've used this many times. This one is almost gone. I need to get another one. And I'm not going to section with this. I'm just going to apply it to like one whole section. Just to add some extra moisture to make sure it's nice and locked in. And I really like this oil because like it says, it's like a serum slash oil. So it's like more concentrated. Okay, so the last product that I'm going to be using is the cream, and this is one of my favorite products. This is by ORS. This is their Monoi Oil Anti-Breakage Curl Perfecting Smoothie Cream with omega-3 and 6. So I love this stuff. It's so bomb. So this is my second jar of this, so it's a good amount in here. So with this, I actually do like to do smaller sections with this, just to make sure that it's distributed throughout the hair like really well. So I'm gonna start sectioning. So I take about this much of each section. So it might be kind of small to some people. So depending on how thick or thin your hair is, that's how small or larger the section needs to be. But I take about a quarter amount for each subsection and I just work it through, making sure that it's nice and coated with the product. So I like to really mush this in just to make sure that the curls like start like mushing and sticking together. So I do like the rake method, like with my 4 fingers like this, to make sure the curls stick together really nicely. So this is kind of time consuming, but it's worth it to me because your hair lasts a lot longer the more sections you take, especially if you have a lot of hair. You haven't used this before, have you?
Years ago.
This?
Yeah, years ago.
Oh.
Not years ago, but more like maybe like 2.5, 3 years.
Oh, okay. I was gonna say, I don't think I use it.
I used it before like once.
So that means you didn't like it?
I mean, it wasn't bad, but I wasn't like obsessed.
Oh, okay.
But I didn't use like this method, so.
Gotcha. Okay, so I put a lot of the smoothie in there just because it's the defining product and the first 2 products are very moisturizing. Yeah, it's going to take a little longer for her to air dry because I put a lot of product in there, but that's okay. She's used to it. We're used to it. Yeah. So
I'd rather her do that than me waste my time air drying if my hair is still frizzy.
So yeah, we're just going to let this air dry.
Okay guys, so it's Kelsey's turn in the hot seat, and today we're going to be using all Uncle Funky's Daughter's products. And I don't think you've ever... Have you used any of their stuff?
I don't think so. No, I used
a leave-in.
The Midnight Train spray stuff.
That's what we have here today.
That, I've used that.
So I'm just gonna section hers like she did mine because that's typically how I
Oops, I left a little bit of deep conditioner right here.
That's alright. Better, easier for me because your hair gets tangled very easily.
Yeah, it does.
But I feel like the longer your hair is, it's inevitable that it's gonna get tangled.
Yeah, it's true.
So that's just normal. So she just rinsed her deep conditioner out, which is what we were waiting on like the last few minutes. It's very helpful if you deep condition before your washing though, regardless of what you're using. I don't know what my hair feels like
not deep conditioned.
Not deep conditioned.
Yeah, me too.
Because I'm scared to skip it. Okay, so the first product I'm going to be taking is this Midnight Train leave-in conditioner by Uncle Funky's Daughter. I'm not going to say the brand throughout this video because I already said it in the beginning, so I'm going to save myself some time. So this is just a leave-in conditioner spray form. Really good detangler. I really love their products because they have like a lot of natural ingredients, and a lot of their products have aloe juice in them, and aloe juice is really good for curls. So
that smells like a dream.
I love their products because they smell phenomenal.
This smells like sweeter though.
So I'm just going to spray it all over the one section. I'm only going to get more extensive and elaborate when I get to the gel. The next product I'm going to be taking that I've been doing lately a lot is using the Super Curl Miracle Moisture Cream for kinky and curly textures. And I'm going to take out that much and put it in the whole section. So this is a very moisturizing product. It is a lot heavier than it feels, because it feels like a very like thin cream. It's not a very thick cream, but when it starts to penetrate into the hair, you feel like the heaviness. But that's good if you have very, very dry hair. But I like to use this mainly because it creates like a nice, like a moisture barrier between your hair and the gel. And not that this gel that I'm using is drying, but I just prefer to use something really hydrating before I use a gel. So, and thank you so much for deep conditioning, because my life has been made easier because Kelsey's hair is a few inches longer than mine. So my job is harder.
You made me cut yours this past fall.
That's very true.
She made me cut like 3 or 4 inches of her hair off.
I just like that choppy look.
I know.
I'm gonna get underneath, because I feel like the back is where a lot of people neglect the moisture, and underneath can get dry because people just tend to kind of breeze over that quicker, and they focus on like what they see the most.
Guys,
so at least for me, I feel like mine get extra dry under here.
yeah.
Okay, so now for the fun part, but also the part that takes forever. I'm going to be using this. This is the Uncle Funky's Daughter Curly Magic Curl Stimulator, and this is a gel. It's a very like custard texture. It's not a super thick gel. It doesn't have like an eco style texture or anything like that. It's more of like a slip kind of gel, which I love, because I like, you know, that slip, because it means it's going to be nice and detangled, and it's not going to feel sticky, which I prefer. So I take smaller sections, of course. I feel like the styler, you always want to, if you want super defined, like those curls with 0 frizz or minimal frizz, you need to section. So I'm going to take like 2 or 3 pumps for each section, and then kind of start smoothing and finger raking at the same time, making sure you get the nape. Got it? So we're going to smooth that in. I do the shingling method, or some people call it the twisting method, but I start that when I get to the front because this part is hidden by the rest of the hair.
I hate the shingling method.
Look, I didn't judge you.
I know, okay.
I didn't judge you.
I know.
She already being critical.
Really? Okay, but you was being a control freak.
How?
Kendra, I barely put my hands on your head and you had something to say.
Okay. Okay, so I'm pretty much done applying the gel to the back, so I'm just going to scrunch the bottom. I always like to just start scrunching like this. I might need you to do a shoulder length for me, Kelsey, and have your head going out like that. Yeah, so I just scrunch like this. Just a little, not too much, just to start getting the curl to, because it's starting to dry now, so as it's setting, we don't want to touch it too much, so I'm just going to go ahead and scrunch it now so that I won't have to do it later. So the front, I obviously do smaller sections, or I'll do like a kind of medium sections, but small enough to where I can start defining it a little bit more, because when there's more hair, I feel like you don't have, you can't properly define it enough, at least for me. So I'm just gonna take some gel, about that much, or however, depends on the amount of hair you have. I used to say like how many sections I do or how much hair I take, but I honestly feel like it depends on your hair type and how much hair you have. So I'm just gonna finger rake that through. And at this point, this is when I'll take the Denman brush and then start smoothing like that. And then I'll take a little bit more gel. I know this is extra, but this is literally what I'll be doing. So we're gonna smooth that down like so. And then this is when I'm gonna start taking sections like this.
Oh, so you only do this in the front?
If I want to be real extra, I will do my entire head, but that takes too long, and you really have to have all the time in the world to do that, and I just literally don't be feeling like doing all that. So I'll just start like midway and then work my way up to the front and do that, but I won't do the entire head. I feel like I've done it like maybe 3 times. So we're just gonna twist it like that. Of course, Kelsey's takes longer because her hair, you know, goes all the way to that wall. So no, it don't. Just gonna keep twisting like this. So as you can see, the curl is already, you know, forming itself like so. And I like to do it with this gel. You have to have the best product to do this. You can't do this with any product. So you have to have like the right kind of gel with the right amount of slip. Okay, so we're done. Air dry time is now beginning for Kelsey. Yeah, Kelsey's hair is gonna take forever to dry, as well as mine. We are air drying. I do use the fan sometimes to dry my hair, but I feel like my hair always turns out the best when I just naturally air dry. Yeah. I feel like the fan kind of makes my roots in the front very dry. So that's why I try to avoid using the fan, like if I'm not in a rush or something. So air dry is best for us. So yeah. Okay guys, so we are back and we redid our makeup and it's the end of the day. And we've been air drying all day, flipping our heads all kind of ways, giving ourselves whiplash. I'm still about 90% dry, so that was almost successful with trying to get my hair dry in one day. Yeah, I'm a little damp in the crown. Okay, so I guess I'll ask you first because you were more skeptical than me. I'm not mad at it. I'm actually pleasantly surprised because at first I thought my hair wasn't going to feel moisturized enough, but I was mostly afraid of it being not as defined as I'm used to. I did the lock method, so it was going to be moisturized. But when you said you were doing the lock method, I felt a little bit better. I felt safer because I'm used to like the extra moisture and then the extra hold. That's the only thing that I feel the difference with this. It's not as much hold as I'm used to. Yeah, which method. I knew it wouldn't be because you used leave-in oil and a cream. But I was excited to hear you were using that because I like to have as much moisture as possible. So I'm really happy with it, but I don't know how long it's gonna last. But I really like that ORS cream a lot, so I would definitely use that again. But this also kind of inspired me to try, instead of a lock method, the log method.
So what?
Log.
What the hell is that?
Leave-in oil gel.
Oh!
I don't know if I made that up,
Kelsey.
but I feel like
I
would
thought
like
you
to
read
add
it
gel.
somewhere.
No.
You just sounded so legit when you said it like it was something for real.
See, I made you believe it. But that could be a thing. I don't know. I'm not saying I made it up, but I kind of feel like I did according to Kelsey. So, because she's never heard of it. So
No.
I'm going to try this with a gel and see how I like that as well. So you inspired me to try something else that I haven't tried before.
Okay.
And I do like how shiny my curls are. So I can tell that with the oil in the mix that it made it more shiny.
Got it. Okay, so for me, I would say I like my hair. The ends, I wish they were a little bit more bouncy. Because I'm used to using my Denman brush more than half of the time. Just depends on how I feel. But I feel like the products that you use would have went great with my Denman brush.
Okay.
So sometimes I base if I'm going to use my Denman brush on the products that I'm using too.
Yeah.
Because every time I use a gel, I usually use a Denman brush.
Okay.
So I would use my Denman brush. But other than that, I think it's really defined, like my little curls up here. Look really good. It's super soft. It's very, very soft.
Not what you would think a gel would leave your hair.
Yeah. I wish I had a little bit more definition in some areas.
So that's my part with the application process then.
Oh. So you're not blaming the products, you blame me yourself?
No, because my hair always looks defined. So.
Okay, so you just blame your application process.
Yes. So I'm going to blame that on me.
Gotcha. Okay. But other than that, I do like it. Like, it looks like one of my wash and goes.
Yeah, it don't look like completely far left. You can go in public.
Yes, I can go in public.
Yeah.
It is a tad bit greasy. Just a tad. Just a tad. What? I'm supposed to be being honest.
So critical.
Just being honest.
Okay. Appreciate the honesty. You're not holding back.
But other than that, like I said, it's really soft and it's extremely shiny.
Soft too.
So, yeah, I like the shine that it has as well. So, yeah. If you had to rate your hair on a scale of 1 to 10.
I would say a 7.5.
Oh. It's that cream, I'm telling you.
7.5 because this is only day 1 of it, so I can't really give it a 10 because it hasn't been like
That's very true.
4 days yet, which is usually how long my wash and goes last for, almost 5 days. I can stretch it, so I'm not giving it a full 10 because I don't know how long this will last.
So looking at mine, I would give it about I would give mine a 7 too. For the same reason that you said, because like you said, you don't know if it's like gonna last your full like 4 or 5 days. So we shall see. I say this probably lasts me about 3, 2.5, maybe 3.
Really?
2.5, maybe 3. So yeah, you guys have been asking us to do this for the longest time. We were seeing this video all over YouTube, and we finally did it. Because we are twins, however, we do have different ways of doing things, especially when it comes to our hair, because our hair is the same but different in some ways. Like,
yes,
we have problem sections that are not the same areas.
Yes. Certain parts of my hair are thicker than Kelsey's. Of course, Kelsey has a lot more length and there's more like tangle issues there.
Yeah, because of how long it is.
So there were definitely differences and also definitely similarities with us doing each other's hair. So we hope you guys found this video interesting or somewhat helpful. It'll help you figure out if you want to try something new with your hair as far as products and technique, because we both use different techniques and of course different products. But we'll have all the products that we used in this video, all of them, in the description box below. So that completes this video and we'll see you guys in the next one.